the truth.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the No Limit podcast, guys. We have a very special guest today. He is here. We're in Atlanta. We got AMG or TRADESBYSCI in the building. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be on the No Limit podcast.
Yes, exactly, bro. Guys, for everyone out there, guys, so first off, me and Sai recorded a podcast in LA. I got so many DMs of people looking for that podcast. They wanted it. The audio did not sound how, I wanted. Sai has an amazing story, and it's only right that I came back to Atlanta to do it with him because I really want everyone to get to listen to it and have it, be in pristine condition and the audio sound good. So I hope this one obviously sounds good. But once again, I just want to thank you again for sitting down and, going through your story with me. So first off, I just want to go over how old you are and then just, how you got into trading.
I recently turned 20 2 months ago, May 27th. I just turned 20. I started trading when I was 18. I traded stocks first. That was the first thing I did. I started that August 2021. And that was roughly around the time where everything was going crazy, such as like GameStop. There was we had GameStop, AMC. We had some other big stocks that was going crazy around that time, that it was so easy to make money around that time. And then I started Forex January 12th. That's when I first started my first ever account. I brought some money, my profits from stocks, over to Forex. I started with a 10K live account, and I kind of grew from there from January 12th to now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of differences do you see between the Forex and the stock game?
Honestly, the stock game is more patience. In Forex, you don't have to be I have to wait for news in order to trade, You can kind of trade whenever. But in stocks, you kind of have to wait for that catalyst to come out. You have to wait for certain news dates to come out just for your stock to pop up a couple points so you can gain profits off of it. And then overall, the leverage in Forex is so much crazier than it is in, stocks. When I first came over to Forex, back in stocks, they call it, full porting your account. And in stocks, you can go full cash. So if you had $900 in your account, you can literally blow the whole $900 in one trade, But in Forex, they give you a little leeway with it, They give you margin, so it helps you, not blow your account as easy, even though people still tend to do it. But yeah, coming over to Forex was one of the best things I've ever did in my life.
Yeah. Can you tell us why you did? How did you kind of find out about it?
All right. So I found out about stocks through this lady at a drive-thru. I was 16 at the I take that back. I was 17 at the time. I was working fast food at Crystal's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. And I don't know what made me ask this question. I've never asked anybody ever this question before, but I was like, yo, I seen her in the Benz. She had chains on, really nice car. Her man's in the car as well, had chains on, nice watch. I was like, yo, what do you do for a living? And she was like, oh, I trade stocks. I didn't know what that was at the time. And she showed me a Robinhood account. I still didn't know what it was, but now I do. She showed me a Robinhood account. It had some money in it. All I remember seeing was $30K or something like that. And I was like, oh, snap. Oh, shit. Yeah. But it didn't really hit my mind of what was going on. What was I looking at? And I feel that was one of the signs right there to yo, this was because I feel I'm 1% of the traders. I'm 1% out of everybody. I feel I'm like a Drake in the industry. I'm becoming a Drake in the industry. So,
1-on-1.
It's a 1-on-1. So I feel that was that first step, that first push right there. And then, I was 17. A couple months later, I turned 18. And then I started my first Robinhood account with $5. I made 20 cents. And I was like, this is what I want to do. Yeah. It was I tried everything else. I did music. I was trying to do some modeling. I was trying to do e-commerce. Then when she told me about trading and I made 20 cents, I was like, yeah. I don't care how long it takes, but I'm going to make some money off of this. This is going to be something. And yeah, now we're here today and I make crazy amounts of money.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, going from stocks over to Forex, with options and stuff, you have an expiration date. Like you said, when it's Forex, you have awesome leverage that you can use. When you came over to Forex, what was kind of that jump and what did you have to do to become profitable? And how long did that kind of take when you did come to Forex?
So in stocks, you learn how to get in at the right price before it starts to buy up. So all I had to do was learn the opposite of that. When should I be getting out or when I should be getting in for a sell position when price is ready to go down? That's the only thing I had to learn because it's easy to identify the trends. It's easy to identify, overall uptrends, downtrends, or whatever. But getting in and getting out is what matters the most when it comes to trading Forex, is because like in stocks, you can kind of get in and then just walk away from your computer and then see what happens, settle a stop loss and then walk away.
Yeah.
It can continue to go up. It can continue to go up. But in Forex, our pairs that we trade, I trade US 30, NAS, and I trade a little bit of gold, but I trade mostly NAS. I have it tatted right here.
Yes, sir. Baby NAS.
But yeah, in Forex, like the trend is always changing. So you always have to stay on top of it. So that was one thing that I had to learn. It took me roughly, like I would say, a month to grasp everything in a sense of like what was going on, what I need to look for, because I came into the game and I didn't know what to trade. I feel like that's what everybody's like. They kind of go around looking for like social media influencers, like, yo, what does he trade? What does he trade? Most people either trade 9 out of 10. If you're watching this video, you either trade US 30, probably some NAS. You probably trade GJ.
I was going to say GJ.
You play GU,
EU,
EU, and then that's pretty much it. That's probably and gold. Don't get me wrong. I forgot about the people that trade gold. Yeah. Those are probably the only players you trade. But some of y'all only trade that because of social media influencers that make a lot of money off of it. Y'all seen these YouTube account flips and y'all like, oh, I'm gonna trade everything he did on that account flip, and y'all think it's gonna work the same way. So that was one thing I had to learn as well, was like, yo, what is my pair? And then I ended up finding NAS, and it was amazing. So I would say, to answer your question, it took me a month to transition my mindset from stocks to work.
Okay. So I want to kind of go over your story, because now that we've become friends, I'm going to talk to you before, you had a pretty insane kind of come up. And you kind of briefly said how your first Robinhood account only had $5 in it. How, there's a lot of people out there that like are fans of you, that like watch us, that might not have a lot of capital and they want to get to the position you're in. Can you tell us kind of some of those stories of going through that? And, maybe some people out there can get some like knowledge on ways that they can maybe get out of their situation.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of ways, especially in a Forex game, you can definitely get funded. But something I did for myself was I was like, yo, I was 18 and I was like, all right, I'm starting. I knew what my problem was. I honestly knew what my problem was. 17, my mom was like, yo, you finna be an adult. You got to get ready for the adulthood. You got to get ready to be out there, pay your rent, pay your bills and stuff. And my mind shift switched. So now I'm like, okay, I have to make money. So 18, I started over. I was like, all right, I quit my fast food jobs. I told myself I wasn't going back to fast food. It was one of my worst experiences, even though it was a life lesson to me. And every single job I worked, I went from fast food to fast food to fast food, fast food. I told myself, 18, I'm done. I'm going to go try to get a bigger job. I didn't graduate 10th grade. I ended up getting kicked out. I've never had bad grades, though. I've always had all A's. It was just, my life always was people. It was always I tried to please everybody and I was pleasing the wrong people, and end up, everybody's like got their foot on my neck. So so going back to it, I started over 18. I was like, all right, I have a goal. I want to get to a level of success where I can take care of my mom. I can take care of my sister, and I was like, all right, ground one, what do I need? Okay, I need some money. What do? All right, I need a job. I did applications all day, all night, did applications. Once I got one job, okay, what is that time schedule? I got one job, warehouse job, that was paying $17.40, with a little bit of bonuses, $17.40. And I was like, all right, that's from 7 to 7. That's a 12-hour shift. How many days a week? Calculating it all up. I should get around like 600 every week. All right, boom. Do I have time for another job? Okay, boom. Now I'm doing applications for a second job, trying to fit that in. So now I got both jobs. I ended up working at Walmart for $15, worked at this other job for $17. And both together, I get almost like $30-something an hour, basically. That's how I thought of it in my head. That's how I was thinking it. Like, yo, every hour I work, it comes together, So then I was like, boom, 2 jobs, money flowing in. I need to start saving. So now I'm saving, but while I'm saving, all the times I got on breaks, all the times I was going home on the bus, because I used to take the bus or I used to walk. It was a 2-hour walk. Sometimes I would be so penny pinching on my money. I didn't like to spend my money at all. I didn't like to spend it at all because, it was $25 to get for the whole week. It was $25 for the whole week. to get on the bus. The bus was $250 every time you got on. It was $250. And if you got on within 3 hours, you can kind of get a free ride. So if I got on at 9, I can get back on at 10 again for free. But, you know, I had a 12-hour shift, so I had to pay the $250 every time. So with that being said, you know, I was penny pitching with my money. I didn't like spending it. Anytime I made money, it would go into my trading account. And then when it would go in my trading account, I wouldn't have any money in my bank account. Now, some people look at this as risky. I looked at it as a sense of making myself push myself harder, because I told myself like, yo, I'm gonna put all this money in my trading account. If I can't make money out of this, then I don't have any money at all. So if I got $1,000 from both my jobs, I'm gonna throw that in my account, and I'm gonna pay, make sure my responsibilities are taken care of, my phone bill, whatever, and everything else just put in my trading account. And when I do that, I can't go eat. I can't go out to eat. I can't get Uber Eats. I can't order anything off of Amazon. I can't go out with my friends, or if I have friends at the time, I couldn't go out. I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do unless I made money from trading. And it was sometimes where I would be like, you know, not making any money. So I wouldn't eat, and that would cause me not to sleep because I'm so hungry from not eating. You know, I can only stay up and figure this out. So it really pushed me to the limits of like, yo, I need to make this work, or I'm going to die for what I want to get into. Like my dream, I was willing to die for it. Like I really like pushed myself to the point where it was like, I was crumbling down. My body was like decomposing from the inside. Yeah. And it will be nights where, not even nights, it'll be mornings. I'll come back 7 o'clock in the morning, coming from my night job. I'll be so tired, and it'll be like, I'll just pass out on the bed, shoes on, clothes on, still got sweat from walking all the way back home. It was a 2-hour walk back home. And yeah, because the bus didn't come until like, it didn't come until like 5:30 on some days, especially the weekends. And I used to work night shifts on the weekends mostly. So I wasn't able to take the bus home in the nighttime. So I'm like, you know, 18, walking in the dark at 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to get home back after from an 8-hour shift and also a 12-hour shift. So it's just, you know, that's just something I had to struggle with. And what I didn't know was like, yo, I got a dream. This is my dream. Let me plan it out. That's the whole, why I'm saying all of this is because I planned it out for myself. I'm going to get 2 jobs. You don't even have to get 2 jobs. You can get 1 job. Make sure you just save your income. While you're saving your income to the side, just keep putting it to the side while you learn. And then when you're ready, you can get ready to trade. Like I wasn't actively trading until I saved up $3,000. My whole life, I was 18 and I still haven't seen $1,000 in the bank account yet. I was 18 and I still didn't even know what $1,000 looked like. So I literally saved up every single penny just to see what it would look like in my account, what $1,000 would look like. And it was like, wow, it was nothing. Yeah, seriously. It was literally nothing. So I was like, wow, that didn't change me at all. So I just kept going. I was like, numbers are nothing, you know? So then I just kept going and kept pushing like, yo, if I could save 1,000, it doesn't mean anything. Let me just keep saving money. Like, I wonder 100%. What that looks like, you know? Yeah. So I just kept doing the same thing.
No, that's great, bro. And just, it's so crazy just hearing about like at 18 years old, still not having $1,000 in your bank account, like still, you know, funding the trading account or whatever. But then by 20, racking in M's, you've made such a big impact in the community and stuff. And like you said, it's like those times when you have your back against the wall and, you know, you're working those 2 jobs, you planned it out and you knew in your head, you kind of manifested like where you could be, you know, with trading, what you could do. Yeah. And I like that, like what you're saying about having the 2 jobs, knowing how much you're making hourly and then like calculating it and planning it out. Like, all right, I have this much to like put towards food. I have this much to put towards the trading account and stuff. So I think that's really smart for anyone out there that like,
most definitely like, I didn't get I didn't even start eating out until I started making money. Like I said, I wasn't making money from trading. So I waited. I didn't get to eat out. I didn't go anywhere. And then when I did make money from trading, my eating out was like Panda Express. Yeah. Like a fucking $15 plate. Yeah. Like fortune cookie as the, fortune cookie for dessert, you know? And it just goes to show like, yo, I was really disciplined with the money that I had and what I was like, I was appreciated. I honestly love the journey, bro. People would say they would go back, they would be lying. But me personally, like I would love to do the journey over again if it came to it, because it was like it was amazing. I love the feeling of like bro, even the nights where I cried because it was like, bro, why am I not getting this right? Like, why am I just not getting anything right?
Yeah.
And it would just hurt so bad. But I loved it because it built me into the person I am today. Like, I am physically, mentally strong, and I'm like, not a lot of people in this game are mentally strong for this. Like, trading can break you fucking down, bro.
Yeah, break
like,
you
can break down. Like, people kill themselves over trading, bro. People like, you lose so much money, it's like what's the point of even living anymore? Like, people blow their life savings. Like, the stuff y'all see on the internet where people blow 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 mortgages and everything, losing homes, that is actually real. People actually do that, bro. There's people out here chasing exactly what you're chasing. The only thing that's going to make you different is the way you carry yourself, the way you go about the process, the way you go about your journey, and how you just overall just look at everything in life.
How you plan it out, like you said.
Plan it out, yeah.
No, exactly. But like you said, it comes with risk. And it's one thing out there. There's a lot of people out there are scared to take risks. So I want to kind of ask you, for anyone out there that's like struggling with like, dang, I don't want to put that money into account. Dang, I don't want to take that risk and buy that mentorship. Like, whatever it is, like, what can you kind of tell them? And like, once again, you took so many risks, risking all your money, So
it's two ways you can go about it. Like, if you feel like it's a risk, if you feel like, oh, well, his mentorship is like 200, 300, 400, 500, however much, and you think that's like, oh, that's too much. Well, you shouldn't already be like looking this way anyways. You should come into the game with like some money to the side, because you've been kind of doing your thing. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't care what anybody says. A 9 to 5 is one of the best things ever, because that's where it starts. Yep. That is where it starts. You got all your money. You're making money. As long as you're keeping it safe, stacking it up, you can put it to the side. Now you're looking at that. Life is literally like GTA. You start from level 1. You have to complete one mission. That mission gives you a little bit of money. And then you take that money, go buy a bunker or go buy an apartment. So then you can do a heist or something, and that gets you more money, Yep. Same thing with life. You get a job, they give you money, you save that money until you can get a better job or a better hobby. And that hobby helps you get better things. And now you can invest into this and invest into that. Life is literally just like a game. It's just like GTA. Yeah. So when it came to like, just overall growing and taking a risk, I was like, yo, is this going to better me? Is this going to make me better? All right, then it's not a risk. It's an opportunity to get better. Like, I don't look at anything. Even when I place a trade on MT4, MT5, I don't feel like, yo, I'm risking $2,000. Bro, I'm putting $2,000 as an opportunity to get $10,000. Yeah. Let's be realistic. A 1 to 4, let's say $8,000. I'm trying to get $8,000 out of this opportunity. If I lose that $2,000, that was just me taking that opportunity. There's plenty of more opportunities I can take. Yeah. So it was never a risk for me.
And I like that. I like that analogy of using kind of GTA, like lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? We always see that Forex traders say like, oh, I'm living the GTA lifestyle type thing. But like thinking of it like the way Sai kind of just explained is really key, because if you think about it and you're trying to complete missions, there's levels in life and there's steps and there's like, different things you have to go through. So if you're doing a mission, if you're doing a heist and you fail it, are you just going to give up and turn the game on? No, you're going to redo
that
it.
Too as well. Like, when you fail a mission in GTA, that's something that people struggle with too. I feel like it goes down to doing one thing. Like, is trading for you? Is trading for you? Like, is this what you're supposed to be doing? If it is, boom, trading's for you, right? So now you got trading. Now pick out how you want to trade, or you need to find what fits you. Boom, you found out how you want to trade. Don't go like how you're trading. If you've been doing it for a while and it's still not working, just keep doing that. Don't do anything else. Don't go look at how to be the best scalper. Don't go look at how to be. If you're a day trader, you shouldn't be looking at how to scalp. You shouldn't be looking at swing trade stuff. Keep going that day trade route, because just like in GTA, bro, you fail a mission, it doesn't take you to another mission to go a different route. It just tells you, you got to repeat the same mission until you fucking beat it, It's the same thing with life. You got to keep doing that. Every time you keep fucking on, you just got to redo it again. You blow your account. Don't change your strategy. Don't change the way you trade. Don't change anything except for how you handle the situation and how you can perfect what you did wrong. Because I'm pretty sure you just probably made like a simple mistake or a simple mess up that you shouldn't have done, and just redo it again. So the next time you try, you should already know what to prepare for, So that way you can continue to progress in life and just progress in the world.
No, most definitely. I completely agree. And I think like using that analogy, I hope a lot of people out there really resonates with them because I think it's great advice. I wanted to ask you, like, we just kind of went over your journey, like going from kind of rags to riches, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're here now. I wanted to ask kind of your turning point. Like, well, what was it for you that like, you know, it's kind of hard to say because so many people ask us, what was that aha moment? Like, did you have an aha moment? Like, is there anything you could say about that?
My aha moment came from, it was like 10 in the morning. I'm trading, and at this time I was trading with like indicators and all types of weird patterns. I was trying to learn trend lines and all, like, I'm not going to knock it. It works. Anything works for anybody, but you know, I feel like I try to simplify everything as much as possible, but it has to be effective. People simplify things, but it's not effective all the time in the market. And the way I trade is really effective and simple. So it was 10 o'clock in the morning and I'm trading New York session. And I went to go take a little break because I was like, yo, I got to hop off the charts and get some breakfast. Because I used to wake up charts.
Yeah.
Like nothing else. No teeth wash, no face wash, no nothing. Just straight on the charts. So I took a break and I'm coming back into my room. And how my desk was set up, it was like further back in the room. I can see it from the door, the bedroom door. So I'm walking in and I'm looking at my desk. I'm like, damn, man, like I got to figure out how to get better at this, bro. And I'm looking at my charts. I'm like, how do people do it? How are these people making all this money?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that in my head, and then I'm looking at my charts, and I started to notice how trends work. Like some people would be like, "Well, duh, Sai, that's how a trend works." Like, but I was looking at the higher highs and higher lows, and every time price made a higher high, it would just make a higher low right after, and a higher high, and then a higher low right after. That's the uptrend. That's the downtrend: lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and it's a repeated process. So then I was like, I started thinking to myself, I was like, bro, what if I just get in at the bottom before it goes back up?
Yeah.
Like after it makes a higher high and it comes back down, why don't I just figure out how to get in there and then just take it back up because it's going to go back up anyways?
It's so funny because like, I'm not kidding. Me also, like when it comes to market structure, just figuring out that simple market structure is so key. Looking at it going like, we're at a higher high. Why am I buying right now?
Yeah, like why not just wait for it to pull back and just buy it again?
Yeah, exactly.
Like when I seen that, I literally broke down crying because I've been going through so many trials and tribulations to get to that point where it's like, I don't know what it was, but something unlocked. It's like it unlocked the key and I just felt freedom. Like I literally just felt, I don't know how to explain it, but I literally just felt everything just release off of me.
Yeah.
Like literally just everything just go away. And I was like, that's it. This is it. And I just kept working on it. I kept working on it. Yeah. And here we are today, bro. Here we are today.
Killing it. And you know, I've been lucky enough to like sit at a computer with you and kind of look at how you chart, bring up US 30 and kind of just break down like, all right, support, look at this like impulse leg. Like I'm not going to get all into it, but basically like you break it down so simple. And like, that's one thing that people don't understand is trading can be so simple. They overcomplicate it so much. And that's why, you know, they say that like it's 99% psychology, 1% skill type stuff, or 95, whatever you want to say. But I think it is like 99 and 1% skill because at the end of the day, if you can't handle the losses, if you can't handle the drawdown, all that type of stuff, it's really hard. But thank you for sharing that story. I wanted to ask you, like, you've given so much good advice to a bunch of beginner traders out there, but I just wanted to ask you in 2023, there's so many like courses, free education, so many different things online. What would you kind of tell someone out there that's looking to get into trading in 2023? Like, where would you kind of send them to get started?
I feel like the younger generation that is coming up is doing everything for free because, you know, we're actually making money from trading. Like, you know, I'm not going to say any names, but there's a lot of people out there that are just like selling these courses and just doing all types of other stuff. And they're not actually making money from trading. But, you know, as much transparency as I show, like, yo, I literally wake up in the morning and I actually trade. Like I actually look at the charts and I'm getting on the charts and I'm actively looking for positions to get into. I'm like a freaking Bill Gates in my living room, you know? So it's like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like I'm trying to crack the codes and I'm trying to break everything down. Like I'm actually punching in the numbers and other people are just editing the numbers and stuff, you know?
Exactly.
Like I'm actually the one punching in the numbers and trying to make it work, you know? And, you know, there's so much free content given out from all the younger generation people, such as me, Luca. There's people like Ali, There's people like, bro, there's some of
we
all
don't
the
know courses.
younger
We just,
people,
but we answer any
no
questions
courses,
you need.
bro. Like Telegram link will be in the bio. Discord, we got Discord groups, free Discord groups, free Telegram groups, free breakdowns, free YouTube videos, everything, bro. Because if you're actually making money from trading, it's like, what do I even need a course from? I was always telling myself like, yo, they always tell me like, yo, make a course. It's like, all right, I could make a $500 course, and then if it sells, it sells. But why just not give it out for free, bring more traction to myself? And now everybody's like, damn,
he knows what he's
fire,
doing. You know what I'm saying?
You know, he's real genuine. Like, I'm an actual genuine guy. You know, I don't need the money from a course because, yo, I can make $1 million of a course, but why not do that in trading and then do it 10 times more? Like, because trading is exponential. You know what I'm saying? It's like it can go up there. Like, you can make $1 million in a month from a course, but you can possibly make $1 million in a few hours, you know? Like, it's possible to do something like that. I'm not saying anybody can do that, but I'm saying it's possible. Like, there's no limits to trading. The only reason people feel like you can't do big numbers, the only reason they feel like that is because they have these older people out here only doing so little numbers and not having a risk. I'm young. I'm fucking young. I don't, like, if I lose it all, I can go back to my mom's crib, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if I lose it all, I can just go back to my mom's crib and start over. But, you know, you have these older people out here, and I'm not saying risk it all. I'm just saying, you know, I like risking, but I risk in a smart way. I risk in a more calculated way to make sure I don't want to start over, but if I have to, I know I can.
What's your motto?
Huh?
What's your motto? Fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball, bro. Like,
yeah, what does that mean to you? Talk about it, because it's kind of go into what we were talking about right now.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, I was always like, yo, fuck it. Like, everybody always asks me, like, you down to do this? You down to do that? Bro, I'm down to do anything because, like, it's just life, bro. Like, life is just life.
Size with new experiences, bro.
Yeah.
Every time I brought something new up, but we've gone and done it, you've been like, I
every
love
time
this,
Luca
bro.
brings up something, bro, we're always like,
doing
like,
something
we was
new.
in LA. He was like, yo, you ever been to a strip club? I'm like, nah. I'm trying to go though.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go, so I'm like, fuck it, bro.
Other stuff. Took him to his first baseball game yesterday, you know,
first
stuff like that.
Baseball game, bro. We've done crazy shit, bro, and it's only getting crazier. But yeah, I'm young, so I'm willing to take a risk to see what happens. What happens if I take this risk? Could I lose it all, or could I gain more than anything? And you know, people, you know, back to what I was saying, people think you can't hit these big numbers because you got shady brokers. You got one shady broker's not paying you out. I'm pretty sure if you start building your connections, you're not going to get scammed by some of these brokers. And if you do, you can pretty much call them out really fast. And for me, generally, I've got scammed by one broker when I first started, and crazy amount of money. I ended up making a 10K account go to almost $30 million. And I had it on my TRADESBYSCI page if you want to go check it out. $30 million. Somebody texted me, I'm not going to say who, but they texted me on Instagram like, yo, they was trying to call me out on something and try to like post it on social media and make me look like a fraud. And then the next day, he was like, yo, show this, show that, show your account details, this and that. I showed it to him, and I couldn't get back into my, you know, trading account. I'm not going to say the broker, but I couldn't get back into my trading account. And overall, I was just like, dang, like, this is how Forex really is. Like, this is the side of Forex. And that's why people feel like you can't make a lot of money, but you can. There's a way, especially if you go regulated brokers, especially if you go with a broker that you can trust. But also as well, you just got some people out here that's never hit those. You've never seen anybody hit those numbers. You've never seen the bigger guys in the industry hit over $500,000. You never seen them hit $1 million trade. You've probably seen them accumulate it, but you never seen like an actual $1 million trade. So in your head, you're like, nah, that's not real. Nah, but bro, if it's just numbers. Yeah. It's literally just numbers. Like, it's literally numbers, and the bank is producing that. Like, yo, if they have that liquidity, then they can provide it to you. Like, that's the only problem. If they have that, then they can provide it to you. There's no limits. If you're with a regulated broker, you're tied with other banks, central banks and stuff. So you don't have to worry about if your money is not coming out or not. You 100%. Know what I'm saying? So you can always have that. And just because somebody else isn't doing it doesn't mean you can't do it. Yo, if he can't hit 200K or he can't hit 100K day, then you try it. See how it goes. Yeah. But people always look at everybody else as an idol, and I've never wanted to be like somebody that, oh, size king. I don't want to be like that. I want everybody to be on the same level, because at the end of the day, we're all humans.
Yep.
So with that being said, yo, if I can hit 100K, you can probably hit 200. Go ahead and try that out. See how it goes for yourself. See if it can work for you, because you might fuck around and you might just make 500K, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and I've hit crazier numbers, and I've had people DM me, but you don't live my life.
Look how he's living. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You don't
I
live
love
my
that,
life.
because one thing I love about you is you don't have nothing to prove to anyone. You know what I'm saying? When people
definitely.
like really try and call you out and stuff, you go, all right, here's the receipts, and show up. But at the end of the day, like, you're out here living your life, and you have a really good like outlook on life that I love being around you. You know, trades by size, be outside. You know what I'm saying?
The way that I show receipts is one of the fucking craziest ways ever, because I remember this one dude, he came up to me, he was like, are you really doing like 100K a day? And I was like, because like my Instagram reels. And for the people that don't know, my Instagram reels are pure content. Those are trades I've actually taken, but they're not like at that time. You know what I'm saying? So like I might trade on like Friday, but I might not post that video until Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So people be questioning me that. But most definitely, I've taken all those live trades. I've shown my live account like, oh my God, so many times with, bro, I've shown, like, I have a $9 million withdrawal also on my page as well. And it's just like, it gets to a point where it's like, you know, I don't have anything to prove to anybody. Like, I give out everything for fucking free. I give out everything for fucking free. What could I be deviously doing to people?
And it's like the only thing you have paid is your signals. That's one of the top rated signals like on the thing.
I
you know
have
what I'm saying?
signals out too. And it's literally $40 a month, but I do 95% discounts almost every fucking week. Literally almost every fucking week. So I'm getting like $2 for signals every month. And people are being smarter, and they're getting like the lifetime shit for $4. They're getting lifetime signals for $4. Like, I just like doing it because I only did the signal thing is because I did it for an advertisement of myself. I seen that everybody was using the website WAP, and it was Whoop WAP, something like that. Everybody's using it now, and there's a leaderboard to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yo, I'm trying to be the best at that. You know, I'm trying to be the best, number one in that. So I was like, all right, let me get on here and try to get number one. And we hit number one in like the first week or so.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We hit number one in the first week. So I'm like, yeah, easy.
It's results.
Yeah, results, bro. And that's the only thing I have paid, and everything else I give out for absolutely free, because I actually want everybody to learn how to trade. I want to be back 2027, 2028, 2030, and everybody's outside on their phones trading, you know? Like the world is like moving with trading. You don't have to ask, yo, what do you do for a living? I trade, bro. I do the same thing. Like, you know, I want Forex to be an open community, because when people look over here and I be telling people what I do, they're like, I don't know what that is. Or, you know, they say crypto. You know,
exactly,
I don't want people to think of it like that. I want people to actually know what this is. Like the same way that people know what a rapper is, or a singer or an actress, I want them to like, oh, I know what trading is. I know what Forex is.
I completely agree. And it's one of those things that sucks about this industry. And like, you know, it kind of sucks like being like us and being like, we don't even really say like, oh, we're Forex traders, because Forex is such like a negative kind of view on it now. Like, we're stock traders. We trade. Like, I
trade stocks. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you trade indices. I trade, you know, some Forex still and stuff. But I hate that it gets those negative like viewpoints. And I love that you're saying that, because in my opinion too, I would love for people to look at like traders as celebrities, as movie stars, as like whatever. Because at the end of the day, we're not really charging anyone anything. We're doing it ourselves, and we're just showing people how that they can make it out of their, you know, 9 to 5 or out of like their position or whatever. So, you know, I love that. Today at lunch, me and you were sitting there, and you had said something that like I was just thinking of when you were talking about how, you know, you had those goals kind of coming up, and like there's just always new things you want to do. But one of the things you said was like, you know, a lot of people want to be this, a lot of people want to be that. You're like, I just want to save the world. I want to save people. I want to like,
most
you know,
definitely, bro.
So like, I just wanted to ask you, like, you know, when it comes to your community and stuff, you have one of the most diehard communities that I've seen. Like I said, when we shot that last podcast, I got so many DMs of people just like begging me, like, when's that side interview coming out? When's that side podcast type stuff? Like, what does that mean to you to have a community like that? And like, what do you want to kind of do with that going forward?
That means, one, that just means I'm a genuine person. Like, if I was truly just a shady person, would you think everybody would be around me? If I was, there has to be something that you can't fake energy. You can't fake the vibes. You can't fake it. You can fake anything else, but you can't fake the energy that you get from somebody, you know? So overall, I just want to continue to build my community. I want to build it to the point where it feels like it feels like I'm an actual celebrity, but I'm not. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be on a pedestal. I want to go outside and it be too crazy for me to go outside. But it's like, that's a downside and it's a good side, you know? But I want to be able to come outside and be like, yo, yeah, let's go all do something.
But feel
like
safe, you know what I'm saying?
Feel safe.
Yeah.
I want to feel safe, but I want all 30 people to 45, however many people's at my doorsteps. Shit, y'all down to kick it? You know, right? I want to be that for the people. Like, I don't want to be on a pedestal. I want to be that trader that, I want to be like your fucking multi-million-dollar friend, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Best friends. You call me up at night. I literally share my number, my business number with everybody, and like, bro, I have so many fucking.
I was about to say that's one thing
now.
That's what I loved about when we were in LA. So guys, if you don't know, when we were in LA, Sai and Ollie did an event, Margin Hub. It was absolutely amazing. I loved getting to go down and watch it and stuff. That was one thing that that was my first time meeting Sai in person. We had talked before, but it was my first time meeting him in person. And he'd never been to California, and he had like 50 people, him and Ollie had like 50 people show up for the event, which is just absolutely amazing. And all these people that look up to him. And at the end of the day, he goes, what do you mean? Like, here's my number. Like, let's kick it whenever. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in town, like, let's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, that's what's crazy.
Like, here's my number.
That's what I hate about some of these like older like Forex traders. They think that they're so cool. You know what I'm saying? That they're like on this pedestal. And that's why I love about this newer generation. We're doing everything for free. And we're like, no, like, we're trying to bring you up with us type stuff. So,
yeah, bro, call me up. Like, yo, Sai, what you got going on? I'm chilling at the crib. You trying to come to LA? Shit, I'm down. Like, bro, it's no problem, no hassle for me to come out and go to LA. We kick it, you know?
Yeah. No, I really like that. I wanted to go into, well, first off, I just wanted to kind of go back to like the fuck it we ball type thing, because at the end of the day, you are doing crazy numbers. Like you were saying, some of these older traders that everyone's been looking up to that are learning from, they're not doing numbers like that. That's what goes back to like fuck it we ball. Like, you know, some of the biggest numbers we've seen is like obviously yours and like James Storms, which is someone who we get to hang out with, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you guys both have that mindset of like willing to put it on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like that account, you're really putting on the line.
If you don't put it all on the line, then what are you actually going to gain if you do win? Like, what are you actually going to gain? Like, if I was the dude that just did everything 1%, and that doesn't mean I'm doing 100% risk. Yeah. That just means I'm kind of, you know, I do a 10% risk, probably 15 minimum, or I'm at 15 maximum. I'll probably do that. And let's say I have a 100K account, then I'll probably risk like maybe 15K just to gain like a 1 to 4 or more, because I always 1 to 4 minimum. I can't go under that. Mm-hmm. And I trade NAS and I trade US 30. So those are 400 points of that. And if I can do that, and I can risk like around 10,000, 15,000, and I can make 50,000, 60,000. And then most of my trades, what most people know me for is having these ridiculous trades. If you go on my page and don't look at the money side, just look at how many points I'm catching. Look at it. Oh, yeah. You see I'm catching 1,000 points, 2,000 points, 500, 600 here. Like, I'm not just placing a trade on a fake account and like, you know, oh, look at how much money I made off of 10 pips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually doing this. Like, I'm actually trading the market. I'm actually finding pinpoints to, you know, get in and get out. You know? Like, I'm actually doing it. This is not like 10 pips, 10 points and get in, get out. This ain't scalping. This is real life trading. That's real.
And I really like earlier how you're bringing up the number side of it, because for anyone out there, like, think about it. Like, if he's doing like, you know, 100K account and he's only risking 15K or whatever, you guys can open up a $100 account and risk $15. You guys can open up a $1,000 account and risk $150. That's one thing that I really liked you talking about earlier that I want to kind of bring back up, is that at the end of the day, guys, it's a numbers game. The percentages on these accounts are the same thing. So like, the same thing. Start small and build up.
I feel like people do too many percentages. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, bro, do you want to make money, or do you want to be like, you want to fucking pay for like coffee? Like, what do you want to do? You want to make fucking Lambo money, or you want to pay for coffee? So when it comes to that, like, yo, if I'm risking 10, 15%, let's say I lose one trade, that's a 1 to 4, right? Let's just use 1 to 4 back to an example. Let's say I lose $10,000. All right, next trade. Let's say I lose this trade too. 2 trades back to back, right? Let's say I lose 2 trades back to back. Now I'm down 20K. Next trade, I win. Boom, 1 to 4 trade. I'm back up. Now I'm up 20 grand. You know, because I'm risking 10. 10 times 4 is 40 grand. But we already lost 20, so put that on top. So that's 20 grand. Now I'm back up 20 grand in profit. Boom, I hit another trade. Now I got 60K. That's off of 2 trades that I was going for 1 to 4. You know what I'm saying? You get the math. Like, that's how it works. Like, that's truly how it works. There's no other way around it. There's nothing you can say that's like, nah, that's not true. Like, bro, that's just simple math.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just simple math if you do it that way. But I feel like most people don't trade that way. Most people just kind of like, they're just pressing shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
buy or sell.
I really do feel like there's people just out there, you know, kind of waking up. Oh, which way is the market going? Is it going up or down? Oh, it's going up. So I'm looking for buys today.
Yeah.
And they just get in. They're not fully aware of like what's going on. I feel like people only like, it pisses me off because I really feel like they're only grasping what's happening in the last 8 hours. Like they look at the daily and shit, but they're not really grasping what's going on in the market.
No, they be on the 5 minutes.
They kind of just like, they wake up, look at their MT4, MT5, and they're like, oh, it's going up. So it's going up today. Or if it's going up too much, they're like, oh, I'm just going to sell it without seeing if it's going to like, you know, if it's going up too crazy, they'll just sell it. And it can just continue to keep going up.
100%.
I don't think people really grasp the market. So that's when they see certain shit on the internet. They're like, nah.
Yeah,
it's like
fair.
they don't look at it the same way.
I totally agree.
It's going to happen to you. You're going to have that moment where you're like, damn, he was right the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a different view. Once you hit that click, when everything just cling and come together, you're going to be like, wow. Like you're literally going to be like, wow, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you this now, bro. You're really going to be like, wow.
It's like, it's kind of like the aha moment I asked you about. Is some people just had the aha moment. You're talking about like the market structure thing.
So many emotions, bro. You're going to have so many emotions. When that click hits, it's going to be like, you're just going to break down. You might laugh. You might cry. You might fucking get angry. Like you're going to hit that moment. You're like, damn.
It's crazy. Like once again, guys, when you're on the charts every single day and you're studying, there's going to be those times that you just like, I've seen this before. I know exactly what's about to happen because I've done this over and over again. I know it's brought up like the 5 minute thing. And I personally, I like to enter off the 5 minute, but I'm looking at the daily. I'm looking at the 4 hour. I'm looking at the overall trend. I'm looking at the overall like what's happening so that although I'm entering on the 5 minute, that's going to be a 4 hour trade. That's going to be a whole bullish candle that I'm going to get the entire move. And that's one thing that I like you bringing up is that people just be buying or selling, not understanding the risk reward, the lot size. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people get in a 15 pip trade and throw like a 10 lot, but then they'll also get in like a 30 pip trade and throw a 10 lot. They don't know the difference. So that's one thing that like for anyone out there
getting into stuff.
Yeah. Cause I like using magic keys. I don't know if you know magic keys, but magic keys. So I have like a set risk and I use Hero FX. So I use raw spreads and it's like that mixture with my knowledge is like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what, like to me, like when we talked about the market structure thing, that literally, I'm not kidding guys. That was one of the clicks I had was just like understanding like, wow, I keep trying to buy so high. Like, why am I doing this? Like, it's going to come back down to this level before it goes back up. So why don't I just wait and be patient? You know what I'm saying? Like trading can be such a patience type thing.
Like
you know
that's also one thing with me. Like it like I'm really patient when it came to trades. I feel like, you know, I've took some few losses in the past couple of weeks. And that's only because like the whole signal thing. Now, this is what I want to touch up when you take signals and when you do like signals, I want you guys to understand like, bro, you might be paying monthly and they only send out a few trades. Like me personally, I'm going to speak from my experience. I only might send out a few trades here and there, but let me cook and we're going to hit every time. You know what I'm saying? But the people that be sending out like 50 trades, almost 50 trades a week. I'm sorry, bro. That's not how trading is, bro. That's not, if you want to make actual money, I'm not talking about a 10 pip trade, 20 pip trade. And I want you guys, how I do it, I'm stuttering so much. How I do it is I want you to be getting into the points of the market where you're like, okay, I can hold this for a little while. You know, I can sit on this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to have to be actively having to come back to the Telegram, seeing if it's a new trade. I want you to be able to get into a trade. And then you can kind of sit on that, you know, let it run. And then when you gain profits, you're good. You're good for a little bit. Yeah. And then go back to the next one. It's back with the same 1 to 4 risk to reward. We're going to use, you know, back to, you know, it could be 1 to 10, 1 to 20s, you know, but we're going to continue to use 1 to 4. Let's say I call out a trade. Boom. It hits 1 to 4. You know, now you're up, let's say $400. Let's say you're up $400. Let's be realistic for the, you know, people. Let's say you're up $400. You chill out. You don't do anything, right? You wait for the next opportunity. Boom, another opportunity, another 1 to 4. Now you wait $800. You know, now you're good. You're gonna continue to grow. Now you can probably up the risk a little bit. I got $800. Let me try risking like $200 again. Let me try to do that. And then, yeah, did I say 200 in the beginning?
These things are 400, but yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just say risking $300 the next trade. You know. And then you do another 1 to 4. Let's say you lose this one, right? So now you're back down to 500. You can continue. You can probably do that risk like one more time if you want. and let's say you risk another, $300, and let's say you hit this trade. Now you've gained that 1 to 4. That's 1.2K. Now you're up, $1.7 thousand. And now you see how everything is corresponding. If you if you let your trades like marinate and find the right trades that you're taking, instead of doing every single trade every single day, and like your account is fluctuating like a freaking consolidation chart. Like you don't want your accounts to look like that. You want it to be like
slow uptrend,
some dips here and there, but some slow up, like an uptrend, bro. You want it to be an uptrending. Like if like something that can help you guys is like, yo, once you make it an account, I want you guys to create a MyFX book and create it, set it up, log in, whatever you need to do. And then I want you to trade. I want you to just trade normal. Wait for high quality setups. Wait for everything you need to wait for. Confirmations. You shouldn't be over leveraging. Just keep everything cool and collective. You don't have to try to get rich. Just keep it cool and collective. Come back every other week. Look at the stats, because they're going to tell you what's your win rate. They're going to tell you how much you gain daily, how much you gain weekly. They're going to tell you everything, and break it down. See what you're messing, because they'll tell you what you mess up in. They'll tell you what pair you lose in the most. They'll tell you, like, it's amazing. It's an amazing fucking website. Test it out and really dig into because they'll tell you if you win more if you buy, if you win more if you sell. Like it tells you everything. So definitely check that out.
And that's like goes in the same thing about journaling. Like I'm a big person that, like, when I was becoming profitable, like journaling was huge for me, because I would like literally go back and categorize my trades and the different type of setups, my A+ setups, my B+ setups. And I would go back and then realize, like, wow, a majority of my losses that I'm taking right here are all because I'm not following my rules. Like I have a strategy that I like to follow. And I was like, wow, like all these like little losses are because it's just, I think in my head, like, oh, like this is kind of close to how I want to get in. Guys, once you stop forcing trades and just like follow your strategy and follow the plan, the money's going to come. That's what, like you're saying. So I wanted to ask you, one of the things you brought up, you keep bringing up risk to reward. Is that something that's really important to you?
Yeah, risk to reward is just one of the most important things ever to change the whole game, honestly. Like if it wasn't risk to reward, then I don't know how we would make, like, I don't know how I would make so much money if it wasn't that, because it'll be in some situations where it's like, dang, I feel like my account is crazy down, but then it can all change with a simple risk to reward. I can be down like $5,000 or something. Let's just throw a number out there. And I had like a $6,000 account and I blew it all the way down to 1,000. But let's say, run it back, $200. Now I got $1,000 account, $200 every trade. I get a 1 to 4, boom, 1 to 4 again. Now I'm up 800, 1.8, hit it again, boom. Now I'm up, 26, and then it just keeps going, keeps repeating itself. And then I'm back up again. And you don't, just because you're down, let's say, even if you're down on your funded challenge, like, yo, calm down. How much can you risk without blowing your account in one trade? The most you should, every time if you're going to risk, one thing you should do, let's say you have $1,000 account, do this. Try to be like, okay, know how you trade. I don't trade often. I don't trade every single day. So I'll probably only need, 4 trades a week, right? Mm-hmm. Break your account size like that. So if you got a funded account, and let's just say a regular account, and you got $1,000, okay, how much can I do with that? Like, how much can I risk with 4 trades before it blows my account? You got to think all the way to 0. So we're going to do 4 and we're going to do 200. So that means 4 trades. If I lose all 4 trades, my account is gone. Mm-hmm. So that means the outcome could be even better. If I win all 4 trades, then my account can be triple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with the risk reward.
So think of it like that whenever you're trading. Think of it just like that. Don't think of it like, okay, I lost 100 here, so I have to risk accordingly to that. Keep the same thing keep the same thing. If you blow that $1,000, that was the opportunity. Like I said earlier, that's an opportunity. You had the opportunity to have $1,000 on the line to make a couple more like thousands, Yeah. So put it in 4 trades. If you blow that $1,000, then just redo it again. Like, wait till you save up again. Don't fucking try to trade a $100 account or some crazy bullshit.
Go back to the drawing board.
Go back to the drawing board. Go back to studying. See what you could have did differently, and then come back. And don't forget what you learned the whole time, because some people, they'll go, oh, I messed up here. They'll be like, oh, I over leveraged or something, right? And then they'll come back and just do it again anyway. It's like, that's how the people that's been trading for 3, 4, 5 years. I personally don't understand. Yeah, we have different time frames and how we, you know, overall learn the market, but there's no way you should come to me and be like, oh, I have a problem in this and trading. And I really honestly feel like it shouldn't take you anywhere like longer than like almost over a year. Like there's people that's been out here trading for, I wouldn't even say, you know, just a year. Like it can take you however long, because we all have different time frames of how it takes you to learn. But if you're struggling with the same thing, then you really should ask yourself, like, are you really trying to get better at it? Are you like really trying to progress, or like are you just like fucking around? Because there's some people that have been trading for like 4, 5, maybe 3, maybe 2 years, and they've been kind of making the same mistake over and over. They still like, they'll over leverage on Monday. Tuesday, they be like, nah, I don't want to do that. But then Wednesday, Thursday, they back to doing the same thing again. And it's like, yo, bro, like, are you really trying to progress, or like you just like fucking around?
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, like, bro, you really have to ask yourself, like, what am I doing wrong? And how can I like fix it? But that's why it took me like, it didn't take me long to, you know, understand trading. I made a few mistakes. That just because I learned fast doesn't mean I didn't make mistakes. I made so many mistakes.
And that's how you learned.
The only thing is, when I made my mistakes, yo, if I blew my account at 9 o'clock in the night and I'm tired, or like 3 o'clock in the morning, I blew my account, you think I'm trying to be up all night crying about that shit again tomorrow? Fuck no. I'm finna, you know, I know not to blow my account this time, because I'm not trying to be up all night crying about that shit, you know? And sometimes I'll still slip up, because I'm human. I'll still slip up and do the same mistake again, but you shouldn't be repeating that shit every single week.
Exactly.
There's 52 weeks. Yeah, 52 weeks, 53, 52 weeks in a year, bro. There's no reason you should have over 100 weeks of doing the same exact thing. There's no reason why you should be doing the same exact thing every 52 weeks in a year, bro. There's no reason why. If 1 week didn't work for you, the next week you should be a whole different person. Don't change your, like I said, don't change your strategy. You just failed that mission that week. Look at every week as a mission. If you came out in a loss, you failed that mission. Start over again. Change how you approached it. Just like in GTA, you know, if you go through the wrong tunnel, if you go through like the wrong highway or whatever it is, if you go and, you know, you get killed in the game. If you just get killed in the game, you just know, okay, I can't go down that road, or else I'm gonna blow up or something, whatever. Like it's the same thing with real life. If you go down this way of trading, you're gonna not be successful. So just try to avoid doing the same thing, repeating the same exact thing in the same route. Don't keep going the same route. Have the same goal, have the same, you know, overall, your mentality will change. Have the same goal, but never change. You can change, what was the saying? You can change the plan, but never the goal. Yeah, you can change the plan, but never the goal. So always have the same goal in mind, but you know, you can kind of switch up how you're going to get there, because one route might not work this way, but that doesn't mean you got to change your goal.
No, I love that, bro. You're spitting gems, and I really hope everyone out there is listening to what you have to say, because you've given so many gems on like how you were able to get through all those trials and tribulations. You've broken down accounts, percentages of like $1,000 accounts, $400 accounts. Like guys, these are all real life tips like of what you can do with your account to maximize your gains, but then also be safe with it. Like I like how you're just talking about the kind of like going back to the drawing board. If you keep messing up over and over again, don't change the goal, change the plan, just tweak it a little bit. At the end of the day, like a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
No, like, and then some people do the same thing, bro. If you blow so many accounts to do, like if I'm telling you to do 4 trades and you just keep blowing accounts, then what you could do is, let's say you don't want to risk 200 on your $1,000 account. You can do 100, bro. Yeah. But I would suggest don't change what you're risking, because I've seen some people, they'll do like, okay, I'm just keep using the 1 to 4. I might keep using the $1,000 account because it's easy for everybody to, you know, understand. You got a $1,000 account and you risk 200. Let's say you lose 200. What most people do, and this is what fucks you over, and you don't even know that it's fucking you over, bro. Because some people will tell you to do this and it's really fucking you over, is you'll risk 200, lose it. Now you got 800 left. The next trade you take, you're only going to risk $100. And then let's say this trade you hit. Now you only made, you only made $400. Yeah. But if you would have risked that 200 like you did like you've been doing, you could have just made everything back and then some profits. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you only made $200 in profit, which is, it's cool. But let's say you just kept going with the same risk. You would have been up, what, 800 minus, yeah, you would have been up $600.
Yeah.
That's $200 more than before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's so
don't
important.
lower your risk every time you lose. Just keep risking the same thing, but change the way that you're looking at the market. Change the trades that you're taking. That's the only thing you should change.
I kind of want to go off of that just a little bit into like you keep bringing up the $1,000 account. One really good, because a lot of our viewers do challenges. First off, I want to get your opinion on challenges, and I also want to go into like your risk on challenges, because like guys, this risk to reward and the things he's saying about this $1,000 account, you should be doing this exact same thing with challenge accounts. You should be looking at it, risking the exact same each time, going for that risk to reward. If you risk $2,000 and you hit a 1 to 4, that's the entire first phase. That's 8%. And a lot of you guys don't understand that. You're going for the 1 to 1s, you're risking 1%, 0.5%, and you're not getting to like that maximum goal. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to challenges, like what is your kind of opinion on that?
Honestly, I wish there was a lot of challenges when I came out. Like, I wish there was prop firm for stocks when I came out. You know? So the way that I feel about challenges, like, do you really want to risk like your profits, or like not your profits, but do you want to risk your bank account balance, or do you want to risk what you like are investing, or do you want to like see what you can do with a, you know, demo account that can possibly live? The reason why, you know, I feel like challenges are cool for people, you know, I feel like it could be cool, like a cool way to make money overall. But I think people kind of misconstrue it with a live account. You know what I'm saying? People like, okay, I can do the phase. Let's just forget about the phase, because the phase is a whole nother story. Let's say you get the actual account. Some of these some of these prop firms are not even going to pay you out what you're trying to like get out anyways. And then once some of you guys have a bad habit with this. Some of you guys, you will get like 100K account and you try to make like 30 grand off of it. Like, okay, bro, you don't need all that money yet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, some of you guys be trying to like run it up on a funded account. That's cool and all. Don't get me wrong. That's cool if you do it. And if you did it before, because I know some people will be like, but sorry, I did this before. But like, it's cool. It's cool or whatever. But, you know, why not just try to get like $3,000 or $4,000 out of 100K? Build that. Put that in your bank account. Because, bro, I don't know about y'all, but, you know, $5,000 is enough to pay the rent. And if you have a good little job on the side as well, I'm pretty sure you're getting like $2,000-$3,000 from that. So that's like almost 10 grand, 10 grand a month. And I mean, that's a start. And then you just keep doing that. Every time you get a payout, keep putting it to the side. And you can kind of, every time you get paid, you should be upping it a little bit more of what you're aiming for. So 1 month you can do three bands. And then the next month, try to go for 4 or 5
or whatever.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And then keep doing that. And then you'll probably turn back around in like 6 months and you got like, 20 grand on the side. And you're like, damn, now you can put 2K into a live account and just continue to like, you know,
build it up a little bit.
Build it up. Risk to reward once again. Now you got money to actually risk and have a little reward with it. Like, bro, it's just a fucking numbers game, bro. Beat the system by using numbers, bro.
Beat the matrix.
There's no other code or any other way, bro. Just beat the numbers game.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because like that's something I preach a lot of the time, is like people make like $4,000 at their job, but they're going for 10K on these like challenge accounts. If they need
like,
that, bro.
You don't even make that in your job, bro.
Exactly. So I want to say like one thing I always like recommend out there is that like pick something in your bills that you want to cover. Whatever bill that is, if it's the car payment, if it's your insurance, like whatever it is, start with that. And then slowly over time, you're going to start seeing like, oh, wow, now I'm able to pay for this bill. Oh, wow, now I'm able to pay for my mortgage. Oh, wow, now I'm paying for this. Oh, wait, now I'm making so much. I don't even have to work a job anymore. You know what I'm saying? I just think it is one of those things like in the prop firm space that like people just are risking way too much. But like for like companies like Fortune's Funding, you know, 95% profit splits on money that you don't have to risk yourself. Like guys, $500 for a $100,000 account. Although it kind of is a $10,000 account, like at the end of the day, the risk to reward is there. And I think it is. But one thing I want to say is it comes to the skill set. Like you said, having a strategy, proving it to yourself and all that type of stuff. So I just want to get into that. But, you know, I actually do, you know, we've been friends. I'm going to hang out with you, like in person now. I had a question to ask you is where'd the name Sai come from? Because like now that I got to meet you, I know your real name isn't Sai. Like I want to ask everyone.
So I used to play video games a lot. Like, that's why I can correlate life with video games. And I was, you know, growing up, and that was something that kind of just got me away from like the world, because I didn't grow up with my, you know, mom and stuff. I didn't grow up with, like, I spent the whole 17 years without knowing my mom or dad. And I wouldn't say abused, but I wasn't treated well as a kid. You know, I went through, you know, no lights in the house, no water, no food. You know, sometimes we'd be like sleeping in like random dusty hotels and stuff. And the only thing that could just escape me from all that pain was just playing video games. So I was watching all these YouTubers, and this one YouTuber I found, his name started with an S, and it was a pretty cool name. And like he'll do like some like crazy trick shots and stuff like this, and everybody be chanting his name in the game chat. They were like, oh,
Yeah,
and then I was like, yeah. So I was like, wow, bro, like that's cool how they like call his name out, and it's super easy to say. So I was like, all right, let me come up with a name. So I came up with like Cyfex. It was supposed to be like Cy and
side effects,
like side effects.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I'm saying? But I tried to chop it down as much as possible.
Yeah.
And it was spelled like SCIFX.
Oh, that's cool.
Or FEX, my fault. And it was like, I put it there. It was my gamer tag and everything. And then as I was playing the game, most people ended up calling me Cy. And I was like, I guess Cy is like, I just didn't know. Like, you know, bro, it's crazy now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm actually thinking about it, it's crazy because people know me as Cy now. Like,
everyone knows you as Cy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a name that just came from playing video games, and now it's an actual like importance to that name. You know, like that name actually means something.
That name rings bells in this industry, bro. You're making noise.
Even my little girls, they be calling me.
They call you Cy. It's great,
all the
bro.
Girls be calling me Cy too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, it's like crazy, like how that all changes. Now, like, wow, it just hit me like how life just changed, bro.
Yeah, no, you've upgraded a lot. You know, another name I want to ask you about is, where did AMG come from?
AMG. So I got AMG tatted on my hand. It was a group that me and my boy Code started. His @ is @CashCode or CashXCode, and me and him came up with the group just randomly one day. For his story, you know, we'll probably get him on him too, because he's got an important story too.
Yeah.
You know, I met him when, you know, when he was working at FedEx. I already had money at this time, but you know, it's really hard to find genuine friends, you know, once you got money. When you have money, bro, it's hard to find friends. I want to come back to that, but yeah, so I met him, you know, through a Discord, and I like I said, I'm always down to earth with everybody. You know, hit me up, we can talk, chat. So I ended up, you know, meeting him in a Discord call in my Discord. He was like, yeah, I'm working, you know, getting my money up so I can get bread. And then I remember I called him up personally, and I was like, yo, bro, you should go back to doing Fundits again. But he was like, yo, did you know the whole time I did have a Fundit, but I blew it right when I was finna have a 20K payout, because he was finna have an 18K payout, but he wanted to get 20K, and he blew it all. And I was like, wow, I did not know that about you, bro. That means you can really pass the account challenges. He's like, yeah, I can do it, but I'm just scared of being greedy. And we talked about it, and then he ended up doing it. And, you know, he got paid out, he put like 1K to the side, and then, you know, grew that into crazy amounts of money. But yeah, so we created the group AMG. That was just a little bit of his story. We created the group AMG because after he ended up making like over $500,000, I already had millions of dollars myself. And then we was like, bro, we should create like a war room type of group, like a secret society for people that make crazy money, so we can do like crazy things together. And AMG basically means always making guap.
Always making guap.
So,
I love that.
I know it's a long-winded story, but that's just how it all started with me and my boy. You know, we just kind of was like, yo, we're just always going to get to the bread. You know, fuck what anybody else says about us. Like, my money comes strictly from trading. Like, everything I make comes from trading. Like, I went 2 years now without a job, so scratching my head.
How
am I doing everything? You
not selling courses. Yeah, he's not selling courses.
$2 signals.
I always say that, bro.
How is it working for myself?
No, that's great, bro. And like I said, it's just been absolutely amazing seeing you be able to do that at such a young age. At the end of the day, we're like only 2 years apart, but you've been able to like make such a big impact in the industry. Now, you know, tomorrow we're going to an event where we're in Atlanta, in your home city, where we have 300 people, like, free event, bro. But like, I'm just saying, like, you're 20 years old on stage with people like, you know, it's like me, you, James Storms, Tory Trades, QB Stu, like Ollie, Nat, like all these people, like there's people that are there to see you. You know what I'm saying? Like how does that feel to be in your city,
it's
doing an
crazy.
event, and people, 300 people like RSVPing to come see you?
Like, we was talking earlier, like, bro, remember we was at the baseball game and there was hundreds of thousands of people. I want to change that into Forex, bro.
Yep.
I want to rent out a whole baseball stadium and fill up the seats and teach people Forex. Like, that's how I want life to be.
100%.
It's going to be my first event that's going to have over 300 people. I probably had like 30 people, 40 people in the crowd around me, and I was able to speak. But I don't know how I am gonna do it this many like amount of people. I'm doing it for free too. Like the FX Summit, they will charge you for it. But like me personally, I'm new generation, young. I don't need to charge anybody to speak to them. You know, like you could say something to somebody and it can change their life completely. Why would I put a price on just speaking to somebody? This podcast alone could change somebody's life completely, and it's for free,
100%.
bro. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I do it. Yeah.
Why charge? Like, I'm not gonna be like, nope. You want to see this podcast? $500.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of person would I be, bro? So yeah, just overall, this is gonna be, you know, a crazy event. 300 plus people coming out. We're gonna feed them. Make sure they're straight. Teach them some knowledge. Give them some great knowledge and everything. And then again, like, bro, I've met some amazing people in this industry, bro. Like I met some amazing people. Like I recently met the two biggest people in the industry, Q Banks and fucking Lambo. Like that was crazy to me. Like, dang, like, whoa, I just met two people that everybody kind of look up to, you know what I'm saying? They're cool people. So I met Toy Trades, QB Stu. I met James a while back. James thought I was a scammer too.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was more of like not calling me out, but he was like telling me what I should be doing so it don't look that way. He's like, right now, this is what you look like. So do it this way if you want to look legit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, that makes sense. I started doing this way. Whoa. And it was like everything changed because now everybody's like fucking with me now because I'm more transparent.
100%. That's kind of what I'm like go into is that like, you know, people look at your numbers and people like kind of like get salty because you're so young doing it. Like there's all these old people in the industry that maybe have something to say. Like, how are you able to kind of like, you know, not pay attention to that and also still make so much noise and kind of stay in your own lane in this industry?
I just post and don't read the comments.
Post it, don't read the comments.
But most definitely, like it goes back to what we was talking about earlier. I'm kind of, I wouldn't say petty when I, you know, show my transparency. I'm more of like, I'm cool with it in a sense. Not cool with it, but like, how do I put it? Like, I don't care as much. Like some people like, yeah, this is what I did. You can see the withdrawal here. I kind of like, as you can see on my videos, I just flicking through my MT4, MT5, showing my account, this and that. And it just is what it is because it's not really a big flex. I'm just like, I hate to say it, but the only reason I post is because that's the only reason I post my numbers all the time. You'll probably go through my thing like, oh, he only posts numbers. Because that's the only way that's going to attract you guys. Yeah. If I made a reel about education, it's not going to really do too many numbers. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of sucks.
You know what I'm saying? So the only way I gain your attention is my numbers. You comment on my posts, if you hate it, then you hate it. If you love it, then you love it. And then you'll follow and then you'll see, oh, this guy's not all about just making money. He's a real genuine person. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I love getting to meet you is you're so genuine. And like, you know, before I met you, you know, looking at your numbers, looking at like, you know, just your persona and how you live. Like, I just wasn't really paying attention before that. And then meeting you, I'm like, damn, this guy is so cool, so down to earth, wants to be friends with everyone and like just experience life. Like, and you're just killing it. So I just want to kudos you for that, bro. Like,
you just got to fucking experience life, bro.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen the next day. So you might as well just live everything right here, right then and there. And just
100%.
enjoy life.
I wanted to ask you, you know, like just kind of wrapping up in a little bit. I just want to ask, can you give us some stories about maybe like your biggest loss and biggest wins and stuff? And
oh my God. My biggest loss. Oh my God. This is, they closed this account down, by the way, but I lost like $9 million in one trade. It was a US 30 trade, first time trading US 30. And I traded on a news day. It was one of the worst trades I've ever did. I wasn't following the rules at all. So I traded before 9:30. That's one of my rules. I kind of changed it up now, but at that time, one of my rules was don't trade before 9:30. Traded before 9:30. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was trading, and I was, you know, buying at a level of support. Now, most people don't know, but you don't just buy at support and sell at resistance. That's not how trading works. You gotta let market structure show you what it wants to do, for real. But I broke all those rules. Price ended up, I bought at support. It broke right through it through like a bad news event, and then like I lost like 9 mil. My assistant was on the FaceTime with me. I screen shared it to her like, yo, bro, like, yo, look at my account right now. I don't know what to do. She was like, just close. I closed the trade. And bro, I was fucking devastated for 3 weeks. Like 3 weeks. Like I was building that account up, which is currently closed still. But, you know, I was building that account up. It was like roughly at like $15 million. And at this time, I didn't know how brokers work and anything. So I didn't know that they wasn't going to pay me that out. but I was up, lost that, and I was back down to like, bro, I was back down to like $2,000-$3,000. I mean, not 3,000, but $3 million. And I was like, all right, I just can't do this, bro. I just lost so much money. I was devastated for 3 weeks. My assistant, who is currently still my assistant to this day, you know, she was telling me like, yo, you're a good trader. Just keep pushing it through. You made it this far, but I kept pushing it through. But, you know, I mean, your loss, you might feel the same way. Just because I lost this much amount of money, you probably would have been fucking devastated if you was to lose that much money. But it's the same. Like, we're on the same level. People, we got different numbers, but we're experiencing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? 100%. You might lose $100 and feel the same way that I felt when I lost millions. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Like, I could say I lost $100. That was my biggest loss. You know, it's still the same thing. You still have to carry it the same way. You just gotta calm down. You lost. You know, restart over. What'd you do wrong? What you could have did better, and just start over again. You know, at that time I wasn't really big on risk to reward either. I should have been, but now I know my lessons, because that's why we lose, to learn our lessons, right? And my biggest win was the 2K to 11 milli flip. It was one of the craziest trades, not even craziest trades, because it wasn't one trade. It was like a bundle of trades. I ended up turning like 2K to 11 mil. That's also on my Instagram page as well, if you want to go check that out. And then the $9 million withdrawal after that on the same account and everything. I show you everything, because got to be super transparent when you do stuff like that, because it's just crazy, bro. Crazy how everything. It's crazy numbers.
No, it's crazy, bro. That's why I wanted to, you know, that's why I'm so happy I get to come on here and be one of the first people to interview you and, you know, share your story, because at the end of the day, you have a crazy story going from 2 jobs, working nonstop, putting all that into trading accounts with less than $1,000 into, you know, in your bank account, to then milking the market with numbers like that, which is just truly inspiring. And that's why, like, once again, thank you for coming and sitting down and coming here to like go and show your audience and show basically the whole like podcast and the whole industry, like, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're out here doing it at 20 years old. So like, you know, here's another question. Like, what does the next couple years look like for AMG Sci? Day by day. I know it's day by day, but
day by day. But I do, just like I said about the whole baseball, you know, renting a stadium. I want all eyes on me, but I want to lead everybody into the right direction, the actual direction. I feel like what we have now in the industry is becoming like a little, what is the word? I wouldn't say vague, but it's like, it's becoming like shadowing, or like, it's not really transparent. Like, yeah, people were showing like their accounts and stuff, but like, who's actually teaching these people how to trade the markets? Who's actually teaching these people what to be doing, what to do with their money, what to do in just life in general? Because trading is life. If you're not disciplined in life, how can you be disciplined in trading? You know, who's teaching them that? Like, who's teaching these people actually the real stuff? Like, this is why people love me. I teach the real deal. Like, I'm not, yo, look at my car. You know, I'm not just doing anything. Like, I'm actually showing you the physical, mental, emotional aspects of trading. Every bit, every piece. I show my losses. I show my wins. I show how I feel. I show everything. Because it's like, who is actually doing that for people? And, you know, to finish that up is like, in the next 5 years, I want it to be where it's like, you know, I got Kim Kardashian numbers, you know, like millions of followers, and they all like, I want the whole world to be trading, you know? You know, and I really want everybody to gain that freedom, because, bro, I wake up, I'm 20 years old. I just turned 20. I wake up, I don't know what I'm doing. I might be like, yo, it might be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, somebody calls me like, yo, you trying to go to New York? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I'm already in New York. Like, you know, that's the type of life I want for everybody. I truly, genuinely want that, because think about it. If we're all like, just imagine my whole community Lamboed out in fucking McDonald's. There's 80 Lambos in the parking lot. Just imagine that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Why do people feel like, no, only I get the Lambo and a couple of my buddies? No, bro, I want 100 Lambos in the fucking parking lot. I want everybody to be spinning donuts, cops going crazy. Like, that's the life I want everybody to live with me, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like I said, I really do have that same mindset of like just wanting people to look up at traders as celebrities and movie stars. Because right now, it's not really like that. You know, we both had to go through so many trials and tribulations and people not believing in us and the ups and downs. And, you know, I still have friends that like still wonder what I'm doing. Like, they still like see my Instagram and stuff. They have no idea about trading. And, you know, it's just kind of weird.
when I first started stocks, I had this group with had like 20 people. It was all people from my job, people I knew. And I was like, when I first started stocks, even though I didn't know anything, I would post all, like if I learned something on YouTube, I would post it in a group chat. Like, yo, check this video out or check these stocks out. And nobody, like everybody kind of like laughed and kind of like didn't get it or it's just whatever. And then I eventually like left the group chat and just did everything by myself.
Yeah.
So then now it's like, now I'm in a position where I can be that dude in the group chat again, providing it to people that actually care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I have Telegrams, I have a Discord where I can share what I think about everything and, you know, how I would do it. You know?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like one thing about traders is that we're also open-minded. You know what I'm saying? Like every single trader is so open-minded because we took a risk. We took a leap of faith to go and trust the process of learning trading, not listening to all the people telling us it's a scam, telling us that we're not going to make it. We literally did it ourselves.
Yeah, my mom thought it was gambling, man.
That's what I'm saying. You know, like a lot of people still think it's gambling. It's like, to me, it's calculated risk. And there's so many strategies and ways, you know, it's like creating theories. Like I'm a big like math guy. I like thinking about it as like you're creating theories within the market of like, if these things line up, this is the most likely going to be the outcome type thing. So I really think that's important for people out there to hear. We're going to wrap it up in a second, but you know, from someone who went from rags to riches in Atlanta with friends in high school, whatever it is, to then like balling, you know, we're talking about kind of friendships. I wanted to talk about kind of like, what was it like kind of losing friends along the way and maybe family not believing in you? Because that's one of the most important things that people out there is that they're afraid for people to look at them differently and, you know, lose friends in the process.
Yeah. So like I grew up, you know, throughout middle school being bullied because I didn't have the same clothes. I didn't have the same skills as everybody. I wasn't talented like that. And I didn't even know my talent. Like I said earlier, you know, I was the 1%. So when it came to, you know, after coming out of school and just kind of like when I was homeless, because I was homeless at the age of, I got kicked out at 16. When I got kicked out, I didn't have nowhere to stay. And that's when I had to kind of like work 2 jobs and try to figure it out for myself. I had to overall, you know, see that nobody really cared about me anyways. And then that made me think in my head, like, yo, do people even care about each other? Like, people actually genuinely care about each other? And the people that you grow up in high school, all those people actually, some of those people don't care about you, bro. Those people only talk to you because y'all go to school together. Like, y'all are in the same classroom. That's why some of these people only talk to you, bro. Or like, that's why you feel like y'all are friends, because y'all literally have to like communicate because y'all see each other almost every other day. So, you know, the people that I did, you know, have friends with when I started stocks, my coworkers and everything, you know, I used to show like, yo, here's my trading. Like, here's how it is. They didn't really care. They was like, nah, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or I remember I had my biggest day ever at the beginning. You know, I made $1,000 in one day at my job, and I showed my coworkers and they was like, cool. Yeah. I was like, what? So I'm be honest, like if you don't have friends that have the same goals as you, you're going to lose a lot of people.
They're going to hold you back too.
Yes, most definitely. And I lost a 3-year relationship with somebody. I literally went from start to finish with one girl, like right there at that moment. Soon as we broke up, 2-3 months later, I became successful. I started seeing success. But the reason we broke up was because she didn't have that ambition. She didn't have that drive. She didn't understand why I was pushing. She didn't understand why I was pushing myself to the fucking limit. So we ended up breaking up, and it is what it is now. I mean, I remember, you know, I took her out on a date once I started making money. She ended up getting back with her ex at the time. And, you know, like, I took her out. I was like, look, bro, if you would have waited, if you would have been patient, this would have been the life we could have lived together.
100%.
You know,
it's so crazy now being up and people trying to come back and be like, bro, you didn't believe in me. And now you're trying to like.
It was 2 people that called me like a couple weeks ago. They called me and it was like, yo, you know, we always had your back and, you know, we always been there for you. Nah, bro. I was 16 homeless, bro. I was 16 homeless. My life started at 16 and you wasn't there, bro. Yeah. I don't remember seeing you in the picture at all.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy, bro. I just want to appreciate you for like sharing your story. I hope a lot of people out there are motivated, listening to Sai and listen to how he was able to, you know, overcome homelessness, working 2 jobs, people not believing them, people saying you're a scammer, like all that type of stuff. And you're able to still be such a positive and light in this industry. So I want to appreciate you. You're doing it at 20 years old, bro. Really happy to be a friend of yours and get to watch it for the rest of the journey. You know what I'm saying? The next year, we're going to be balling.
Yes, sir.
Cannot wait to see what you have for the next 5 years like you're talking about, dude. I would love to see you run out of a baseball stadium and have that thing filled with people who want to learn from you. It's going to be crazy, guys. Trading is only on the come up. And I hope that, you know, our generation and us youngins can really put on for the younger generation and show them that like they really can do this, and that like Forex and trading is the next type of thing that everyone will be doing.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. Make sure you guys lock in. No Limit Podcast, one of the best trading podcasts in the world. So
yeah, we're taking over. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. So everyone, that's gonna wrap up the No Limit Podcast, guys. Make sure you guys like and comment, and then I believe Sai's obviously his Instagram, Trades by Sai, AMG Sai, his Discord, and everything. His YouTube channel will all be in the description. Go and follow him if you haven't already, and then obviously Sai, we have more to come. We're gonna probably do another one coming up. So stay tuned for it.
Part 2.
But at the end of the day, thank you for coming, bro. You're the man. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
No limit.
The truth.